13th, Anea Bastianini 15th, and Luca Marini 17th. Tough start to the year for KTM.
Try and improve. He said yesterday, and I have to be honest, he looked the most glum I've seen him since perhaps his rookie season. That last day of testing that they missed has ultimately cost them, and it's the small detail. He said a bit of a rocky start, of course, to FP1 yesterday afternoon when he took a tumble. He said there was a bit of a tail yesterday. It was Sector 4 that was catching him out. Just trying to keep himself cool there in the garage with the air conditioning on.
And the rear, now with the start being so important. So it was a point that Fabio Quartararo was quite keen to point to the red bullets on Sunday night, which they inevitably look like they will be. It's going to be very, very difficult to fend off a Ducati.
In terms of, we're trying to get the bike pointed in the right direction for the exit of the...
Then they lack that little bit of stability, as once again we said this is the new tactic.
It's a super important thing because a rider can't change the speed of the bike, you know, so we just got to get out there and use the straight, you know, of the tyre. The thing is then if you use edge grip, that's the first thing to drop off on the tyre, so you'll only be able to go...
We can see that and we don't want to hide it, and I mean, if everything works perfect...
One moment, we'll let those bikes go. We've got to hear what you're saying. Sorry, what was that?
I think that's where we have a...
Just go to the guys. Apparently Miller's crashed. I'll come right back.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Turn 15, Jack Miller has... Yeah, sounded like he just let the load off the front there. Just got onto the throttle and he's gone down. For now, though, Simon, he's...
Yamaha and Ducati have been fighting for wins and podium for years.
Like 2-3 tenths better than last year. And you need to keep that speed and you need to keep going. And looks like we are...
A lot of people gone out there with hard front, hard rear. Some have gone for a mix, hard front, soft.
You can.
Yes, here he is then, talking to his team. Let's see if we can hear anything.
Hard combination, which all those three Yamahas at the bottom of your screen now are working on, and Vinales goes top with a 55.461. Maverick Vinales over the last few years or so has got this reputation for being somewhat of the winter world champion, blinding.
And this talk about 50-60 km/h winds as well is something that a lot of the Ducati riders brought up in their debriefs.
Like you had in the test, it wasn't such a problem, but there's a couple of tricky corners here with the wind, the direction.
Astonishing, seamless transition so far for Jorge Martin. Just outbreaks himself down into the first corner, but he's had an excellent start to this third practice session.
Same place as where Polo Spargaro crashed yesterday.
He can out of that RC16 motorcycle. Simon and Pit Bio have just kind of perfectly encapsulated exactly why the KTMs are
sent in every single session. Now, there could be an argument to say that he should be doing that anyway, but sometimes the lights were off at an occasion. Here is Valentino Rossi, quite happy with how his day went yesterday, of course, crucially getting himself up into the top.
More normal temperatures, I'd say 30 degrees track temperature, you know, down to 20, 15, somewhere in there. The tyres feel on rail. When you lean over, it doesn't turn as sharp. Then when you open that throttle, the grip level just is lower. The tyre isn't like feeling like a puncture like it does on a worn tyre.
What Simon's just said, a lot of rubber's being wasted here because so many riders are heading out on circuit at the moment.
When he was in that mode last night after an early spill at turn 4 in FP1, he rebounded exceptionally well and almost
blow away the cobwebs from that last crash. Polo Spargaro himself, who crashed twice yesterday, I have to be honest and say that I don't think I've ever seen a rider look the bike just really, really happy, confident, and despite the fashion there for Maverick Vinales on the exit of the final turn. Yamaha looking to stage and was brilliant, and he's doing the exact same tonight as well this afternoon. When you think the 5 crashes in testing, recovering from the fracture in his foot, no crew chief here, then of one man we love to hear from every single round, and it's for the first.
I'm sure everyone wants to hear how things going, like Iker. I know he's had a long...
which is shooting the tech-free atmosphere. It'll be easier for him in Portimao, in Jerez, in Le Mans, etc., etc. But right now, you know, we're trying to make it in between the 2 races and be eventually a bit closer to the front for the tech-free run. But we didn't know, we didn't plan to have such a tough start for the 21.
Thanks very much to Simon. Thanks to Hervé Poncharal. Always great to hear from the Frenchman. And yeah, what a combo that is. He's going to find life pretty difficult here tomorrow night. Look at those track temperatures, particularly in the first sector. that inform race direction of anyone that's succeeded track limits. Now, that's even if there's just one wheel that goes over that.
Saturday night, stroke Sunday morning, particularly in Moto 3, where we've seen it's been a little bit.
Here is the young man from Madrid in Pramac colours. He said that he's hoping that he can extract all of that power.
What about this man, Valentino Rossi? Super happy he was last night. First goal for him of 2021.
Celebrating his 25th anniversary of his Grand Prix debut, of course. Valentino Rossi, old but
actually about life inside and outside of the paddock, Valentino Rossi, where he made it quite clear.
People, Matt, that say, oh, Valentino Rossi, maybe he should retire still. There's still a lot of people that say that, but let me put this question to you, Matt.
Good as well, but he said nobody, and it was a really good call as always from the wily old fox, nobody's got any real, really lost his touch. It's just that our most recent memory of Rossi wasn't that great because he struggled in Portimao. It wasn't fantastic,
but a bit of traffic got in his way. He said the laps, I wouldn't say came easy, but I feel very comfortable. And he's
a brand new motorcycle. They've got no data on fuel consumption or tyre life or how their aero package will work. It's all completely brand new, but
their strong point is turning. And the strong point of the V4s is straight line speed. You know, the Aprilia riders, they never complain about turning. And
thought of this time last year, KTM were going to be the real big winners in 2021 with this manufacturer. Just perhaps a bit of experience, a bit of seat time for
yesterday. From start to finish in that session, they had a front brake problem and they were not able to. Yeah, the years are flying by, Matt. I can't believe that's 8 years ago now.
I know.
It's crazy, isn't it? So crazy.
How old we are. That's a beautiful shot there. Danilo Petrucci leaving some Mitchell. Shout out to Franco Morbidelli. He's just crossed the line and set the fastest time of this session.
Crossed the line then for Alex Marquez. He stays in 12th place. Oh, problem here for Enea Bastianini.
For me.
Yeah, looks brilliant. Really does. Will he be sailing his way at some point this year to, once the sun has set, Q1 beckons for the world champion. That's his first task of the day.
Defense of their world crown.
One ace they do have up their sleeve, though, Suzuki, Matt, is if we are indeed going to be entering the
Brilliant, with a podium challenge looking on the cards tomorrow night at the moment.
for a thumb brake, 4 or 5 buttons, you know, to the different electronic settings.
Tonight, where the world champion will have to try and advance through Q1 to get practice start for Fabio Quartararo.
Put a big jinx on them, so I might just sit tight this year and not curve. To FP4 as the fastest man, that 1:53.387. Spargro, Valentino Rossi and Pol Espargaro. Franco Morbidelli incidentally was quickest.